So tonight is episode 2 of the Fly Around and Find Out. We are in Kalispell, Montana, and we are at the Kalispell City Airport, not the Glacier International, but the City Airport. It's where we'll be taking off from. I will be doing the same thing, kind of giving a tour of certain areas. I was born here, so it should be interesting for those of you who don't find it interesting. There's plenty of sandbars and little islands in the river you can play around while I do the tour. And then we will continue on a short flight to the east and tour some areas where I camped out and hiked quite a bit. So buckle up, strap in, make sure you got fuel, all that good stuff. And make sure you check your points, play your points, all that good stuff. Check out commands. And this is a double stream, basically celebrating I just made affiliate. So, woohoo! I have emotes now, as you can see in chat. Thanks, Inverted. Took a bit, but I'm here. All right, so you guys know the drill. Going to start the music, then start up the engines, and start the tour. Here we go. Also, for this flight, I do have already with me Sprightly, all the way from New Zealand, and I will be featuring our voice comms in my Discord for the flight. So if you guys join in, it is a private voice channel, so just hop in the general voice lobby or the in-flight Unicom, and I'll pull you in when I see you flying with us.
No, I didn't actually. Instead of having the headset on, I missed anything on my computer on the screen. Oh, really? Awesome. All right. Well, I'll just follow along and.
All right, we're rolling. I held two separate fish to talk about, one for Discord and one for the stream, so it's going to be tricky. So over there is the Flathead Lake to the right, and that is a very large lake south of Kalispell. Here is the Flathead River, and this is Kalispell, Montana, where I was born. So I didn't live here until I was an adult. I was born here, and we lived about 2 hours to the west. But you all can see all the beautiful sandbars and islands to land on in this river. It's nice. So those lights over there, that is Glacier International, the main airport for Kalispell.
It's a beautiful area.
Yeah, Montana spoiled me for sure.
Absolutely.
So this right here is Kalispell proper, basically the older part of town. It has expanded quite a bit over the past few years. But here's Main Street running through town. It also turns into the highway. And there's the City Hall that kind of, the road splits around City Hall here. And it's a really cool spot.
It's quite a sparse area, isn't it? You know, it's not too cluttered, full of houses like the city is.
Yeah, it's grown quite a bit, especially since I was born there. But even since I left a few years ago, it's still growing right now. A lot of people are moving in. Inverted, is this any better at all with the host?
Quite a flat piece of land, really, isn't it?
Yeah, the Flathead Valley used to be a extremely large glacier lake, and all the sediment settled in the valley, so it turned into really nice farmland. Here we have the fairgrounds, the Flathead County Fairgrounds, and a big building right here underneath me is the call center that I worked at.
Oh, nice.
This bit here is kind of a bypass that was built. It was being built when I lived there, and it opened about, I would say maybe a year before I left. So that's brand new.
So the new development area is the further you go out here, is it? It's a bit new?
On this side, not as much. It's kind of, a lot of the new stuff is in between Kalispell and Whitefish to the north. So a lot of the farmland is being bought up and turned into housing developments like this one here that I'm coming up on right now underneath.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, I'm not sure why Inverted settings were pretty much the same as last night's stream, which was pretty good. I watched back certain parts of it and it sounded good, but I'm not sure why. It does seem like overall things are louder this time.
Okay, is it a less good thing?
I just have to do a little bit more tweaking on the volumes. So this area here, there's apartments, there's car dealerships, and Walmart, Home Depot, all that stuff. This is all newer from, I would say, the past 10 or so years. All this stuff here is new.
A lot of shopping places here, eh?
Yeah, the old Walmart hasn't even been bought. They were talking about turning it into a new jail for the area, but I don't think that ever came to fruition. But the new Walmart's up here along with everything else. Costco and Home Depot and a couple hotels are up here. So right there's a car dealership that I also worked at. There's a golf course right there off to the left, and this is the main highway that goes north to Whitefish, which is a big ski resort town. Lots of original buildings on Main Street. Really nice town. Really nice town. But a lot of these farm fields are being bought up and turned into more residential areas.
Yeah, it's a nice little area. Or should I say big area?
Yeah, it's definitely, I think it'll always be home to me, honestly. It really spoiled me living here, being so close to the mountains, where we'll go in a little bit up where I went camping and hiking, but 45-minute drive, you're up in the mountains where you can just, go camping for the weekend. Beautiful area. And town, now that it's grown quite a bit, there's everything you'd ever want in town. You don't have to, drive several hours to a bigger town now.
Yeah, it's all self-contained by the sounds of it. That's a very nice area. I love how it just goes into the forest here.
So right there, underneath me, there is a KOA campground. A pretty nice one with a petting zoo too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, inverted, I'm not sure. It seems like the sim is a little bit louder as well. So here in a second, when we get up to Whitefish, I'll live pause and check the volume for that on Windows, because Everything else seems a little bit louder, but my mic settings were adjusted, just the same as last night's stream, so I'm not sure what's going on. So this is Whitefish. There's a really nice Amtrak station right here. Not sure when it was built. I think it was early 1900s, that train station. They keep it up very well. It looks like, new, fresh coat of paint, but they keep it pretty original. And there's several buildings here in downtown that are period buildings that it gives it a really nice feel, this downtown area.
Yeah, it's historical, eh?
Yeah, definitely. Up there you can kind of see the runs. There's a really nice ski lodge up there. You can kind of see the cuts in the mountain trees for the ski runs. And then right here is a super nice dog park that I used to take my dogs to all the time. And right next to it is a private grass strip. They actually do ski joring here, where it's a winter sport where the horses pull someone on skis, and they go through an obstacle course and jumps and whatnot, and try to collect rings on their arm as they go through. It's a really interesting sport.
Ah, nice. Gonna do a bit of a landing here, are we?
Yeah, this private strip makes a good spot for me to double check my volumes. That's a little bit better. Yeah, I don't know how that happened, but the mixer had the volume for the sim up again a little bit, so I turned that back down.
Just a bit loud for the streamers, was it? For
Yeah.
the watchers, yeah, viewers.
Yeah, a little bit was clashing with my voice not being at the right level, so we can continue now and go toward the reservoir.
Little strip. It's an awesome strip, that.
Yeah, I love these properties out here in this area are some of my favorite in the whole valley. Really nice. Some of them are ranchettes. Some of them are farmhouses that have that little field there. But really nice area and easy to get to Whitefish, and then get to the highway to get to Kalispell as well. It's only about maybe 20-minute drive from Whitefish to downtown Kalispell.
It's a massive stretch of road, that, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And then there's the other highway that goes through next to the international airport. We'll come up on that here in a couple miles. In the wintertime, the wind chill can get to negative 40 Fahrenheit. It's definitely not an area for those that don't like snow in winter, because there's quite a bit of snow all winter long.
Right. You gotta stay warm, huh? What's down below us? Is it a golf course, is it?
Yeah, this is really a higher end neighborhood with the golf course and the houses built all around it. There's a lot of Airbnbs in there too. And then this town is Columbia Falls. It's another quaint town. There's a really nice rodeo that goes on there. A friend of mine, her uncle and father, I believe, are the ones that started the rodeo, and I got to go there almost every year that I lived there.
I can't say I've experienced any rodeo, but it sounds fun.
It definitely is. I tend to prefer the smaller town rodeos like this one here. Over there is a big lumber mill. The train has another stop there where they'll get timber from all around the area of the Northwest and process the lumber there and then ship it out. It's a really economic spot right next to the tracks where they can do that.
Yeah, I can see the track there too. Nice.
And right below me here, there's actually a nice spot along the river that has a zip line that we can zip down toward the river.
Oh, fantastic. Good for those thrill seekers, huh?
Yeah, definitely.
Wind around here, aren't we?
Yeah, I've got just a tiny bit because I've got the custom weather going on. It's not too bad, but this here is Hungry Horse, another small town, and it was kind of the base while they were building the dam that we'll fly over here in a minute. But this is where you would get bear spray for going up into the mountains from this town, and they have a really nice ice cream parlor that has huckleberry shakes and everything, fresh huckleberries from the mountains.
Huckleberries, eh?
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, the only huckleberry I know was the Huckleberry Hound. I don't know if you remember that show.
And right off my left here is Lower Lion Lake. It's a really nice spot to take out a canoe or paddleboard. It's usually really calm water, and a lot of people go out there in the wintertime to go ice skating.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it freezes over extremely solid, so nice thick ice that it's super smooth, and they clean off the fresh snow off of the top and smooth it out so people can enjoy the ice skating.
This must be the dam, right?
Yep, this is Hungry Horse Dam, and it created the reservoir, Hungry Horse Reservoir. When the tide is really low, in the late fall and springtime, once the snow melts, you can see there's still thousands upon thousands of tree stumps along the shoreline. When the water gets low enough, you can still see them down there.
Very nice.
This whole area in the summertime is my favorite place on earth that I've been to so far. There's one of my favorite camping spots up there, almost to the top, and Alpine Lake up there that I used to take a raft out on. And my dog would just sit on one end of the raft and just watch ducks if they were there, just chill, and I would just paddle around. Really relaxing up there.
Definitely looks like a relaxing area, that's for sure.
Yeah, and it's a massive area too. If you're up on one of these sides, you can sometimes not even see the mountains on the other side because there's weather in between or something like that. But it's an amazing area, and it's bustling in the summertime. There's boats all over this reservoir.
I mean, it's amazing. I mean, amazing on the flat screen, but I can really get a true sense of the scale in VR, I tell you that. It's just amazing.
Yeah, I bet it's amazing in VR.
It's 1-to-1 scale, so what you're describing is what I'm experiencing. It's brilliant. What's your speed at the moment?
I'm hanging around 150. It's going up a little bit. My my throttle just moved forward, so.
Okay, yeah, I'm about 140.
I'm at half throttle now, so you should catch up, no problem. It should settle down to about 110.
This is such an awesome area. It's amazing.
Mahoney, thank you so much for the sub. You are officially my very first sub. Thank you so much.
The sun glistening off that water there. Yeah, New Zealand doesn't look anything like this. I mean, this is just, yeah, it's beyond imagination. There's so much scale to it.
Yeah, I mean, even the fjords that I've flown with you in New Zealand in the sim, you know, it takes my breath away in the sim. I can't even imagine what it's like in real life. But this area, it's because of the lake being so deep, it's just, it's an amazing area. It really is. It's a different country, for sure.
Yeah, we've got sort of, I guess, the vistas, but they're compact compared to, you know, America here or different states where they're just spread out. So we've got everything, but it's compact into a smaller area. But yeah, definitely not the sizable like this.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm sorry, Evia, I'm not sure how to say it. Avionic. Thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate that. So up that light strip that you see up here. Let's actually turn up here, get a closer look. There are so many Forest Service roads all over this area that they cycle them so that the area doesn't get over traveled. But the years that the gates open, there's some amazing camping and hiking up in this draw. And this whole area, there's grizzly bears, there's wolves. You got to be careful up here. I always had my dog with me. I always had protection, you know, in case I ran into something unexpected. But I would go out here, especially after I got my trailer. I was out here all the time. Every weekend that I could, I was up here exploring different areas of the reservoir.
Well, I'm not surprised. It's an amazing area. Good to get yourself, to, you know, be with yourself and just have a zen moment.
Yeah, and I'm sure even in the sim, especially in VR, I'm sure you're seeing just a glimpse of why Montana spoiled me so much.
absolutely. I'm getting this experience big time here. It's awesome. Yeah, and everything's 1-to-1 scale, so yeah, it's fantastic.
Thank you, Mahoney. I appreciate that so much. So this area, not only do we have all of the scenery and the hiking, and if you're up high enough on one side, the views when you wake up in the morning and watch the sunrise, from this side of the reservoir to the other. Um, as if that wasn't amazing enough, there are alpine lakes all throughout here that you can hike to, and certain areas have outcroppings of wild huckleberry bushes that you could just pick them off the bush as you're hiking the trail, and it's great. My dog would actually eat the berries off the bush too.
Oh, awesome. Nothing like fresh berries, right?
Yeah, definitely. It does not compare.
It's like wherever you look, there's just something to look at. It's something more awesome than the last thing.
Yeah, it definitely is, and even more so in person. Every new place that I went, I was just constantly finding new spots. Yeah, I mean, my Google Maps is littered with favorite pins dropped all over this area. But lots of grizzly bears all over the place, so had to be careful and not go too far back without being with somebody else. This here that we're coming up on is Handkerchief Lake, which is one of my favorites. I also took my raft down here, and it's a spot that's a little bit busier during the summertime. People frequent the area, so you'll see someone out in a canoe, someone fishing on the shoreline, and people in four-wheel drive rigs going up the trail longer.
Yeah, I would sort of think by looking at it, it's quite isolated, but I guess people make the journey up.
Yeah, Handkerchief Lake is itself right here. The parking spot, I timed it one time and I got there in 48 minutes from where I was living in Kalispell, so it's not that long at all.
Right.
Mean Dave, thank you so much for the follow.
Oop, got a bit close to you there. Too busy looking at the scenery.
Right? Yeah, it's easy to get distracted up here for sure. So around this next bend along the shore, there's a really nice campground that's run by the Forest Service, and I believe it was $15 a night, and it is dry camping. There's no power or water utilities, anything like that, but it's a great camping area, and they have quite a few spots, but you got to get your reservations in early, otherwise you won't get in there. It is packed all summer long. Yeah, I mean, it is by far my absolute favorite. Gravel and I would fly together quite a bit when we first got the sim, and then when he got into developing it, I was able to alpha test it, and I had to keep my mouth shut about it for a while. It was really hard because I love this plane so much. And And also for anyone watching that's interested, we have a group flight going down on Sunday morning, 8 a.m. Pacific time. It is 4 p.m. GMT, where we will be flying with Got Gravel himself. They'll be showing off the mod, showing us a little bit of the water skiing, the STOL capabilities of the gravel and the Savage carbon that he developed. And I'm sure somebody will probably hop in with the VL3 Rotax mod that he worked on as well. Mean Deep, we are in northwest Montana near Kalispell. We are heading toward a Forest Service strip that you can load up on, or you can spawn on either of us. If you zoom in on the map far enough, you can spawn on us. We're in the West US server, and let me pull up the map so I can give you the airport code. So we are making our way towards 8 Uniform 4. And this area that we're flying over is Hungry Horse Reservoir. And I spent a lot of time all around this area when I lived in Montana. So we're not too far out now from another camping spot that I would frequent. There's many times I took my trailer up. There's a kind of a clear cut on top of a knoll. Really nice spot flat spot to park the trailer. And it's right next to a grizzly bear habitat study area that local colleges and Forest Service kind of co-manage. So it's a little nerve-wracking being that close to a grizzly bear habitat study area that's blocked off to the public, but it's an absolute amazing camping spot. Amazing views, no matter what time of day.
That's the sacrifice you pay, eh?
Yeah, I mean, I always had protection with me, and I always had my dog with me when I was up here, but nevertheless, it was nerve-wracking. Did have a couple close calls. I was walking up one of these roads with my dog, and she was up ahead of me, about 20 yards ahead of me. She just dead stopped, no movement whatsoever, wasn't even breathing. It looked like she spotted something. And usually if there's deer or something, she'll kind of jaunt over there and sniff around where they took off from, but she was just at a dead stop, so I knew it was something different. So I walk up on her all cautious and had my hand ready to go on the handle.
As you
look up in the tree, and there's two cubs up in the tree. So we, needless to say, got out of there as quickly as possible, watching behind us so that Mom didn't show up and tear us.
Yeah, that's a good thing about dogs. They sense danger, and they're really good at it. So good to have them around.
Oh yeah, definitely. She was all all alert about it the whole way down the road, and we got far enough away. Um, I inadvertently let out a sigh of relief because I'd practically been holding my breath while exerting energy. Um, and so when I did that, it was audible enough and sudden enough that I actually made my dog jump because she was on edge about it too.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's not very accurate in the sim as far as the trees here in this area. They are quite a bit thinner, a little bit more sparse up on this ridge, but you can kind of see part of the clearing. It was right on this curve where I would park my trailer. Most of these trees toward the lake aren't even there. It's a bare hilltop on this end of the ridge, but because of the trees being gone, it gives you an amazing view up the lake there.
Right.
And so this whole area, that road curves around and then meets a gate, and there's signs everywhere that say no public access. And this whole area further back in here is where the grizzly habitat was. Yeah, I mean, you hear stories all the time about people not being smart about it. They want to get that picture, they want to get that selfie with them in the background or whatever it is. I mean, you hear all the time about people in Yellowstone. It just, you got to be smart about it. Otherwise, you can't, like that guy that approached that mountain lion cub not that long ago that went viral because he was an idiot and approached him and saw what mom was about when that happened. So yeah, I'm surprised out of all the wildlife that's in the sim that they didn't put grizzly bears or moose or elk, anything like that, anywhere around here in Montana or even in Alaska. There's not moose in the sim. There's not elk, and I would think with all the grizzlies up in Alaska, all the birds and different things that they put in here, that they would put some grizzly bears down here because it's definitely grizzly bear habitat.
Yeah, you'd think so, eh? Maybe they've got things like that planned down the track. I mean, there's so much to do in the sim. Who knows what it'll be like in the next few years? Wow, it'd be awesome.
Yeah, and this is one of those planes that would be awesome to do that if they improve the quality of the fauna and put more animals in. I mean, flying around here and just looking down, spotting a herd of elk or something, it would be really fun.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So we're going to land here at the Forest Service Strip. This is a spot that I would drive past, making my way. If I did a full loop around the reservoir, you have to go south of this strip. And there was a couple of wildfires nearby the last time that I drove by here. And so I stopped and I watched the tankers and helicopters fly in and out for a little bit.
Oh, that's cool.
That was a nice landing.
Yes, I'm pretty impressed myself, actually. Getting the hang of this little beast. I might need to fuel up. I got about 5 gallons per side.
Yeah, we'll have to call for that fuel truck.
Yeah, Oh, lucky I bought some spare gas in the back, so we should be good.
There we go. Well, it is that time. If you've been to the stream last night, you know what's coming. Uh, we've toured the area, so we're now going to see if we get a bonus round. If you're watching and you're new, you'll see what that's about. Um, and if you are already following, you can invite someone new. So let's get that going. And we did not get a new follower during the press follow to continue screen. So, in that case, this will end the stream tonight. I will be streaming again probably tomorrow. And again, everyone is welcome to join my Discord for the group flight with Got Gravel on Sunday morning. All the details are there. If you need the link, it is on my Twitch profile. So go there, join the Discord, check out the flight plan, and join in on the group flight on Sunday. Otherwise, I will see you on my next stream.